What's up, TLF family? We're back with another episode on saving your back. So most of us now in our day and age, we're sitting on chairs, we're in front of a computer, we're slouched over, and we're kind of in this kyphotic bent spine position. And because of this, because we're sitting like this in this flex position all day, what's happening is that we're turning off our posterior chain. The hams are turned off, the glutes turned off, we're not functioning properly. Our low back is taking all the load, our abs are turning off. And what happens is we get really, really tight in the front, and we get a lot of slack in the back. So what that's doing is, if you get really tight hip flexors right here, really tight quads, it's pulling your hips into this position right here. It's kind of torque butt position here. So when you're in this torque butt, just by way of looking at it visually, you can see how my lower back is arching, and you're walking around this shape all day. And you proceed from this posture all day. So it's very hard for me to do this, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go torque butt and round it at the same time. And this is how people kind of walk around most of the day. Now I'm exaggerating the crap out of it, but this is kind of the mechanism of dysfunction that's happening with most people every day. So what are some things that you can do to maximize your tissue slack, making sure you're nice and open, making sure you're pain-free, strong, and moving in the right direction when you enter the gym? So let's talk about that. There's 4 things we're gonna talk about today. The first thing is opening up your QL, these muscles on the side of your spine that laterally flex the spine. And oftentimes our QLs are really short on one side because we're kind of on the computer like this, you know, on our mouses doing this all day. So let's open up your QLs first. So open up your QLs, you can have a little setup in the gym, a med ball and a plate. You can do it at home too, just stack up a bunch of pillows and then use your pillows to bend over. The way you set up, pillows, my ball, I'm going to get my bottom knee underneath me and forward, and my top leg is looking behind me, kind of in this 90-90 position. Now my hip needs to be up on that ball, up on your pillows. Once you get up on it, you're thinking about laterally flexing over to one side. So you're gonna have your arm outstretched like so, okay? Then you're taking this knee, pushing into the ground, so you're squeezing your butt here. You're reaching this leg back so you open up your hip flexors, your quads. You're just reaching over, big time. Reach, 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 reach. Deep breaths, keep extending your elbows. Deep breath. And you just keep reaching and bending over. You're making sure you keep squeezing through your glute here, squeezing through your butt in the back, and you keep exhaling and actively reaching all the way through. You should feel that through your lats, through your hip flexors, your QL of course, your quad, your glute, everywhere. It's an awesome stretch, but instead of thinking of it as a stretch, think of it as an activation, because you're reaching actively, you're squeezing your butt, so on and so forth. That's number 1. Once you've opened up the spine a little bit, now we move on to the quads, the hip flexor, and psoas group. Okay? So just to back up to the QL opener, you want to hold that for around at least 2 minutes or so. If you want to really like extend your gains or extend your mobility gains, I would say go for like 3 to 5 minutes every single day, or do like 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night. It's a great way to unwind and start your day. So let's talk about quads, hip flexors, and psoas. We talked about that area right here, this entire region, going up into your psoas, which starts from your femur and goes all the way into your spine, gets really, really locked up and tight. So a good way to open it up is called something called a couch stretch. You can do it actually on a couch. You can do it up against a door, up against a wall, whatever you find around your house. I'm going to show you with the door today. You can use a pad for your knee, or you can use some pillows. Up to you. So you get down in position, and you first want to start up with both knees bent. Okay? I'd recommend hands on the ground first, and getting your knee to go up against this pad. The toes are going to be up against the door, just like that. Okay, so once you get up here, you may already feel like, holy crap, this is like already tight. You may feel like it's really painful, but the first step you should probably work on is squeezing your glute really hard. If you don't feel your glute, don't try to force your way up. Squeeze your butt first and hold that. So you're going to feel a reciprocal stretch when you squeeze your butt in the front of your leg here, from your hips all the way to your quads. You're supposed to feel it. It's going to feel uncomfortable. Just hang out there and squeeze as hard as possible. If you can challenge it, all you're going to do is bring this opposite foot up. Once you bring it up, you're going to squeeze through again. Squeeze as hard as you can. It's kind of pulsing back and forth, or you can statically hold it for as long as you can. Then you're going to eventually work your way up to your leg, just like this, as you keep squeezing. You bring the other hand up, and you slowly work your way all the way to an upright position right here as you're squeezing your butt. But if you don't feel your glute, don't force it. Just ripping your quads up. You don't need to do that. Make sure you feel your glute here, and you're squeezing really hard. Okay? You slowly come out of it, tuck this position, and you're good to go. I'd recommend, if you're really, really tight, to really spend about, I'd say 5 minutes on each side. You can split it up however you want to. You can do sets of like a minute throughout the day. 5 minutes a day, no doubt. If you're ridiculously tight, at least 10 minutes a day, guys. Okay? All right, guys, so the last thing, or actually the second to last thing we're gonna work on is working on your glutes, okay? This hip region right around here. And then after that, we'll talk about abs. Now, with all these movements that you do, you always want to brace, just like you do for compound movements, just like you do for any strength and conditioning movement in the gym. You want to brace. So if you haven't checked out our bracing video, check it out as soon as possible. It says bracing for compound movements, but it applies to everything. You just don't have to take a deep breath and hold it. You're focusing on the actual activation of all the muscles in your abdominal region. Okay? The easiest way that we like to do it is a concomitant, or at the same time, activation and stretch at the same time. That's really, really important. So what we do is we get into like a 90-90 position where one leg is at 90, opposite leg is at 90 as well. These pads are just here in case you have knees that are kind of sensitive. They're there for support, so that's what they're there for. And when you set up like this, in this position, the further you have your legs away from each other, the more uncomfortable it is. So I'd recommend setting up a little closer. Okay? The further this leg goes out, the more demand it puts on your knee. So if that's the case, just tuck this in a little more than usual. Okay? So tuck it in as much as you can, you're ready to go. Now for most of you that are beginners and are really tight, I recommend keeping your hands on the ground. For advanced, we'll talk about going hands off. So let's go through the movement here. The first step that we talked about was bracing, right? We're gonna brace through our abs, Kegel first. Your obliques are on, upper abs are tight. Again, if you haven't watched the bracing video, check that out first. It'll probably be in the link of the description below, okay? So here we go. So hands are gonna be on either side. I'm bracing really hard. I'm gonna start putting pressure into the ground with my front knee. I'm gonna load my hip, this hip, by tipping my torso over. I'm gonna push down really hard with this knee, as hard as possible. I should feel my glute fire. And I should also shove this knee down as hard as possible and feel this glute fire. So both glutes are firing at the same time. I feel like I'm almost about to get up. I'm loading up my hips with my torso by tipping over, pushing really hard. I'm just gonna hold it statically. My hands are on either side. It should feel like a workout. If you're doing this, you're probably gonna be sweating your butt off. I'd recommend holding this for at least like a minute or so before you try any other sort of manipulation. Hold, 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 breathe, breathe, breathe. Engage your abs. Use your exhale to reinforce your abs. I'm going as much as possible. My glutes are on fire. And then you can take a break and relax. You can just passively drop if you want to. Hold and stretch for a little while for a minute. Come back up and then try a more active movement. So the active movement, when you feel like you've mastered that, doing minute holds and minute passive stretches where you're just holding this. Then you can do something active by driving your knees into the ground. This is the no hands version. Hold your hands together, drive both knees down, and slowly drive up into an upward position right here. Okay, so you're squeezing your front glute, squeezing your back glute as hard as possible. You're gonna feel some reciprocal stretches, but you're not concerned with that. You're more concerned with, hey, what am I activating? Glutes, abs, okay? I get here, I'm gonna hold this for at least like 5 seconds, and actively sit back with my hips. Sit, sit, sit. Make sure I keep putting pressure into the ground with both knees. I'm slowly gonna control it until I hit the ground. I can work for 12 to 15 reps per side, 4 to 5 sets a day with that movement. So that's your 90-90 hip mobility sequence. And of course, we'll switch sides and do the same thing on the opposite side. Cool. Last but not least, we should get our abs turned on. So a lot of times when we're sitting for long periods of time, our abs are turned off. They're just kind of hypnotic in doing this. So to turn them on, a good movement is something called body saws. So you can get some towels or these sliders from Amazon. They're like called Easy Moves. They're like $3, not very expensive. They're meant to move furniture actually. So get your towels or your Easy Movers. Get your feet on top of the sliders right here. Your elbows are in plank. Make sure your elbows are stacked underneath the shoulder. And you're beginning with actively pushing the ground away. So if you're sinking like this and your shoulders are shrugging up to your ears, you've already lost the movement, okay? So begin by pushing the ground away actively and heaving your chest like you're a pissed off cat. So you're an angry cat just like this. You can extend both knees out and really try to flex your quads, straighten your knees as tight as you can, and then squeeze your butt forward as hard as possible. This is the starting position. No matter what, keep this. Now you're just sawing your body forward and back. You're intensifying everything we just talked about. I'd recommend going for at least 12 to 15 reps, at least 4 to 5 sets a day. Now, it's important, if you have trouble squeezing your butt, remember your pelvis. If your pelvis is already here from torque butt, just think about like a bucket. If you're like this, the bucket is dropping all the water out from the front. It's all pouring over. Take your bucket and tilt it back so you can put the water back in a safe position where it's not falling over. So tilt this underneath your hips, squeeze your butt really tight in this position to feel it out. Hold it for a few seconds and try to replicate that in a plank position, okay? That about wraps up our Back Savers edition. Number 1, you're gonna see a lot of these coming up in the next few weeks, next few months, so stay tuned. If you haven't liked this video yet, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? See you next time. Much love. Peace.